Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to this session. It's always a pleasure to meet you here and talk to you. It's a wonderful evening to meet you and talk to you about safety and security. Well, in this world, I think today this is one of the most imperative topic that we need to discuss, not only amongst ourselves, but amongst the entire community, whether it is teachers, students, staff members, or parents. So the entire ecosystem is something that we must be able to cover. My name is Meenakshi Oberoi, and it's a pleasure to meet you here. I am CEO of T Pedagogics, and with me, I have Ms. Duita Parmar, and I'll allow her to introduce herself, and she'll take you through basic hygiene as well.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's again a pleasure indeed to meet and greet each one of you all over again. We're going to talk about, as already stated, about all the steps that we need to be safe and secured when we are online. Today's is an digital era, but definitely we need to be cyber secure, cyber safety. Please feel free to share in your thoughts, your introductions in the chat window. If any queries or doubts are there, definitely please reach out to us in the chat window. We'll be more than happy to address the same. And also, we would love to know from which part of the country, city, and school you have joined in. Yeah. Enjoy the session ahead, and I look forward for your reading your thoughts in the chat window. Thank you.
Thank you, Duhita. Wonderful, to have everybody here. But again, a very humble request. Each time you come in, and many of the names are pretty familiar to us, and we would love for you to bring more educators to these sessions. I think every session of ours has been attended over the entire month of August. We're very happy to see at least minimum of 200 educators have joined each of our sessions, and we would love to double this number, triple this number, or quadruple this number, take it multifold ahead in the month of September. So this is the last webinar, last Tuesday of August. And I'm very happy to say that, within the month of August, we were able to touch almost 1,000 lives through these webinars. So thank you so much for being so active over here and coming back week after week, meeting us here to discuss these important agendas. And of course, we have grown multifold on Instagram as well. It is about 1,065 educators who have joined us on Instagram. We absolutely love when you meet us and you follow us and you stay connected with us. And today we have something very special for you, and we would love for you to completely enjoy this session, but also absorb this session, for a very simple reason that towards the other side we have something totally amazing for you. Why I want to introduce this right now is because I need all your attention. Okay, Rashima, we will just share the link in the chat window as well. So, Duhita ma'am, if you can just share the link for
Doing
Instagram.
it.
Okay, thanks. So, while we are doing all of this, while we are doing so much of work over here, what is imperative is that you should be able to take something away as well. And I hope that in every session we are able to give you multiple takeaways. However, today we have something absolutely special for you. What we have decided is that we've done two sessions. In fact, this session is a result of the requests that we have received for us another session on cybersecurity. So this is a result of that we are here with you, and we are sharing this with you that we would love to make it bigger than what it is right now. Yeah. So what it looks like right now is a session on cybersecurity. What we are making it bigger is that you can actually earn yourself a cybersecurity shield. Yes, it's a special shield from from Deep Pedagogics, and here it is. All you need to do is we're going to share a quiz with you. What you need to do is you need to simply respond. Yes, you need to respond to the questions that will be posed to you. We will be sharing a quiz with you. You need to earn 100% marks. Yes, there are no leeways here. 100% marks. Once you have earned 100% marks, and we receive within 1 week, you will receive this shield along with a certificate that says that you've been a part of our 1 hour 2 hours no actually 1 hour 1 hour session on cybersecurity, and you've earned this cybersecurity shield. So stay excited. I hope you're excited, and please give me a share what you're thinking about, while I share this with you. Do you like the challenge? Oh, thank you for those thumbs ups and the claps. Love, love, love it. Fantastic. Yes, I'm going to repeat all of this. Don't you worry. So, we have a quiz planned for you. You'll have to take a quiz which will have about 8 questions. Okay. Once you have attempted that, then you will be able to earn a cybersecurity shield. That's the badge that we are releasing today. That's a new badge. And post, having attended this session today with us and answering the questions very carefully, what we'll also do is we will give you the link of the cybersecurity session that was done earlier, so that you have both the links and you have viewed that. So if you want to take some time responding to our quiz, it's all right. It's a good way to go and refresh and jog your memory, because some of the questions are from the other session as well. We want to know how much have you retained, how much of it do you really remember. So yes, we are going to share a quiz with you today at the end of this session. And while you take that quiz, you at the end of the quiz, after having successfully completed, and 100% at that, 100% completed. If okay, at the end of the session, sorry, at the end of the form, you will get your score. Okay, you can retake the exam, so that's not a problem. You can take the exam once again and earn your certification. You have to earn this one, right? So while we are very happy to introduce this to you, what I'm also very mindful is you will need time to think and answer. So you may not immediately send us your responses, but here's this link, the record link to the recording on the session of Empower Everyone to be a Cybersecurity Champion. I think I've talked enough and excited you enough with this. Yeah, I was just taking a look at the questions. Thank you. You're all excited. Absolutely elated to have you here. So, all ears while we go through this session today, right? Formally, welcome to the session on proactive steps to stay safe and secure. And I think these are two words that are used interchangeably: safety and security. Now, these are two different words, right? What's the difference between these two words? Safety and security are both concepts that involve protection, right? We all identify with protection, but safety is a state of being protected from harm or an undesirable outcome that is caused by an unintentional failure. Yeah, wherein security is the sense of being protected from threats and dangers, often physical in nature. So we're actually bringing in both over here, because both are extremely important, and therefore we are bringing the safety, that is, and security, both being the condition of being protected, under two different lenses. We all know that Microsoft has had a long-standing commitment and multifaceted approach to, child online safety, and this whole sentiment echoes with each one of us, and that's why we trust Microsoft on this. And we, as Microsoft Global Training Partners, are here to deliver a session on how you can stay safe, because we know that most of you use Microsoft tools. So, empowering users to create a very safe and inclusive online community is what our intent is, and we are here to enable all to more fully participate in this digital environment, because that is unescapable. We're all a part of it, and we're all, you know, I don't know of anyone who could say, any teacher who could say, I don't think I'm digital at all by nature, right? So even if you are minimally digital, this is something that you need to know, and that includes helping people understand what are the risks that you may face online, and ways in which you can protect not only yourself but your families as well. So I cannot underpin the importance of online security. But once again, welcome everybody. And in this increasingly digital world, this is one critical topic that we need to discuss today. And especially as teachers, we handle a lot of sensitive information of students' data, personal information. So today we are going to discuss very practical aspects of what is it that I can do. Don't just tell me about the terms, or don't just tell me this exists. But of course, what is most important is that we need to have uh, a, a kind of a view of what are the threats, or what does the data say. So data, I can never undermine the importance of data, and especially in today's age, I think, where online security is paramount, educators, we play a very crucial role in safeguarding our own information and guarding our students, also, and this is our responsibility to bring to everybody's notion. So we're going to understand the cyber safety challenge, that what is the challenge. And in the recent years, schools have increasingly depended on online and digital resources and experiences and communication, most important one, where all the lapses happen. And at the same time, schools have become more vulnerable to these attacks. Because of this, it is crucial for both you and your students to acquire, discuss, practice, and implement safe internet skills, both in classroom and at home. And with that in mind, we have designed today's quiz as well. So we'll be exploring, various ways in which we can help you to start your, safety guidelines in your school. I'm sure they're there, but it doesn't reach every classroom. For example, when we talk about cybersecurity or digital safety, sorry, we normally look at the IT teachers and the IT team to manage that. I think we've already established in the last session that this is a discussion that needs to happen with everybody. Every teacher is a digital teacher, every student is a digital native, and therefore it is imperative that everybody should know about what we are talking about. Having said that, here's Microsoft's annual survey, and in its eighth year. So every year Microsoft does this survey on cyber uh, practices, cyber security. So a gist of it says that and the purpose here is to seek a better understanding of how people online, they experience information, how do they approach it, what are the digital safety steps that they take, and the results are publicly shared so that everybody can benefit from these insights that are gained. And with the launch of, I think, Gen AI, this year's survey particularly included a focus on how people of all ages perceive opportunities and risks that are posed by these emerging technologies. And guess what? The survey showed that millennials and Gen Zs, I don't need to define who Gen Zs are. By now, you would have put yourself in one of those categories, I'm sure, right? So, millennials and Gen Zs are driving the uptake of Gen AI, with higher familiarity and early adoption leading to greater excitement. Well, that's superb, isn't it? But these young adults are mostly active users and experimenters. 56% of them, imagine, those young adults are experimenters. The use of AI as a practical tool excited, I think, everybody. And the most of them that were, most of the users that were included were translation purposes, 43%, imagine. And work-wise, people used, about 32% of people used it. For school work, people used it, I think about 31% of people used it. However, the 87% of the respondents were worried about at least one potential risk arising from Gen AI, including the concern of use of scams and deepfakes. So that's the good news. And these worries were increased with age, which means that Gen Z was least concerned while boomers were most concerned. So imagine, uh, you know put yourself in the boomer mode, because I know you're not there. So stay a Gen Z there and a Gen X there for that matter, and think about it, that how can you be a part of this? How can you take this piece into view, and get encouraged from it, and say that 87% of youth are talking to their parents about online risks. So greater awareness is something that is required, and transparency is something that is required, and this is a thought that I will say you must take back today to your school. Have an open conversation about it, that is most important. And enabling these users and their families to support informed choices is one of the activities that I would say we need to push now with the advent of Gen AI, because these children are using devices more at home than at school. But uh, you know we are their guards, safeguards, and their safety nets. So it is very important that we must talk about this. And I love this one, that girls take more safety actions. Well, that's a good thing. Use that power of girls. Show them this, this whole survey if you would like to. Encourage them to help others, to actually go ahead and make girls in your school the ambassadors to take safety and security or safety actions forward. This is something that I would love to rest with you. Ask them to take it forward, to educate not only their peer but staff, but everybody on campus, whether it is a bus driver or a or any of the helping hands that you have on school. Please educate everybody. It is extremely important, and the girls must take this charter ahead. Taking from this survey, I think it's a good idea to involve girls. They will have an increased interest in the STEM learning as well. And as the survey show that STEM learning is, or STEAM learning is, something where you see mostly boys coming in. And I've pointed this out at multiple ICT fests that are held, that we seriously need to take a look at this problem. Every time we say there is a IT fest and an IT championship or an IT challenge, boys are the ones who are participating more than the girls. So most of the times you'll see a group of 2 or 3 boys being sent from each school as a representative. You have lesser girls. That's your opportunity to encourage girls. Girls in ICT is something that we really, really, really need to push. Yeah. Okay. Coming to what we are going to talk today. So these are some of the key points that I'm going to cover today. Digital footprints, very important. We really feel we know everything, but what we must take notice of is every click, post, interaction leaves a trace online. We must encourage our students to be mindful of their digital footprint and have make informed choices. I'm going to talk about privacy settings. It's there in your system. If we have not done it, I think it's just important that we do it. Also, some of the things that we might have done some long time ago, I think we need to just go back, take a look into that. I'm going to talk about password hygiene. Oh no, I'm not just repeating myself. I am going to give you something to chew about. All right, and also software updates, extremely important. Always ignored. Please, please, please do that on priority, and of course, safe browsing. So, starting with digital footprint. Your digital footprint is the body of data that you create through your online activities. So, in this decade, I think every online action you take may leave some form of digital evidence, and that's unavoidable, right? You have to do. Therefore, if something is unavoidable, it becomes imperative that we become mindful about it, right? So, in addition to when applying to, various let's say you're buying something or you're making purchases online, or let's talk about your social media presence. What is it that you're sharing is extremely important, not just pictures. I'm saying the kind of words that you're writing. We need to learn more about digital footprint and how to manage it online. And you leave a trail of data, but when internet uses it, which explains that for example, people don't mind that I'm okay if my phone is listening to me. It just makes my life much more easier. Well, it's easier said than done, because what I'm going to show you right now is where each piece of this data goes. and you wouldn't even realize that you leave a trail of data in your wake when you use internet, which explains why it is called a footprint. However, unlike footprints on earth, your digital footprint is relatively permanent, and once your data is public, like any social media or anything, you don't have a lot of control over it. There are two types of data: one is active and one is passive. Active is something we all are very familiar with, and you're aware that there's a digital trace that you're leaving behind, and you may be adjusting your actions accordingly. However, the passive one is what is most hidden, and that's what we need to be mindful about. Data traces from websites that you have visited. That pop-up that comes every time, accept cookies and all of those. Invariably we say, okay, accept. No, always say set preferences. By default, they have eliminated some of your unnecessary preferences which are not even required. Sorry, unnecessary cookies that are not even required. Please take about a few seconds to make those two clicks. It's extremely important. Online shopping or your search history. Do you really need to keep your search history? Why do we not clear it as often as possible? So gathering information about you is very simple. All they need to do is, usually cookies will provide all of that. And creating a personalized ad for you is super simple these days. And with Gen AI coming, I think each one of us will have um, a simple ad popping up for myself. For example, if I'm looking for a certain rug online, we do get those ads, right, next time when we are using internet. But all of that, imagine the kind of reach that it has, and studies have shown that over 80% of us look at social media when we are hiring, we make a hiring decision. So please, please, please be very careful. Here's something that's absolutely eye opening. Inside the mind of a digital shopper, imagine you have left some you've left some footprint on the internet. This is the kind of capturing that happens, and this is Power BI playing in real time. What you're looking at is the data in our country. Now I can take you on the website actually right now to show you how this data changes uh, with each of the countries, and how the nature of each of us is being read and studied out there. Yeah, so just give me a minute. Here you go. This is Microsoft's Fabric community, and this is something that you must take a look at. I'll share a link to this page in your chat window as well. You must show it to everybody. Look how the inside, how they get inside of a digital shopper. What is the kind of payment method that you prefer, right? For example, 40% of us use credit cards, 10% of us use bank transfers, debit cards, or net banking, and 30% use PayPals. Now, you're looking at others as well. Cart value by channel. How many of you are organic buyers? How many of you are direct buyers, paid ad buyers, referrals, or emails? Now, all of this is being left by us. Now, this is the worldwide data. Let me go to the Indian data. See, that's pretty close. But if you look at the Canadian data, PayPal is one of the most used online preferred online payment method, right? 29% only pay by credit card. In Brazil, it's the other way around. But do you see the spots consumption over here? Do you see how they connect the dots? Now, this data would have come from various websites or cookies that you would have left online. Yeah. Now, all of those traces are being put together. This is your awareness page. You must take a look at it. It tells you the complete story behind this piece as well. So, I'm sharing this in our chat window for you to take a look at your convenience, and also share with others. This is something that I would highly encourage you to share with others as well, because let everybody know it's important. And in your PTMs and in your orientation sessions, please talk about this. Yeah. So enough of, okay, I'm being captured, there is a lot of digital footprint. Now about what is it that I can do? Well, delete the inactive social media. That is one thing that you need to do. Inactive social media accounts are which no longer you're using. They are your not required pieces. Please delete them. You don't need them. Okay. VPNs. Use a VPN. What is a VPN? VPN is a virtual private network. Please do not enter every mall, every airport, every hotel and start taking the Wi-Fi. Please see if it masks your IP address and make your digital footprint harder to trace. It is important for you to use a VPN. Protect your personal data. Can't really I can't press enough on this, but sharing your personal information, not only just phone number or addresses, but credit card information, for convenience, when we are on social media and there is this ad that pops up to say buy this, and it says can I save your card, and we say yeah, I think it's going to be so convenient, let it say my password and my credit card. Oh, don't do that, please don't do that, unless it's absolutely necessary. Don't save all of that. All of those are eating you up. Search yourself. That's one of the best ways to do. Pause here, just go to any browser, put your name into the browser. It's a great way to take stock of your current digital footprint. You'll be you'll be amazed to see, oh my god, where all has it gone? Really, it's an eye opener. Do that. It is amazing. It's an amazing thing to search yourself. Don't just search your name, okay? Please put your let's say school name or your your city or your residence or something along with which identifies you as you. For example, there could be 10 Meenakshi Oberois in the world. Well, no, not really 10, but then okay, whatever. So, in case there are, then that's not the right route to take. So, I would rather add my more information to it, my company name or something like that. Yeah. Uh, Next, extremely important. Please browse privately. Reduce your digital footprint by going in private browsing or incognito mode if you're doing Google Chrome. So in private browsing is one of the best ways to do that because that minimizes and reduces your digital footprint to a large extent. Think before you post. I don't think I need to tell you that, but I just wanted to mention. Okay, it wouldn't hinder your potential for doing or showcasing to the world who you are. So reflect the best version of yourself in the most masked way possible. I don't know how to do that, but then please try. Okay. Reviewing your settings, privacy settings, very important because in today's world I think we need to regularly review the privacy settings on social media platforms. Go to each and every social media platform, visit the privacy policy, and half the times you will see allow others to use is by default ticked. Please tick that off, turn that off, it is important. um, Vijay sir, my screen is not visible. Okay, let me just share it once again. Even Vidushi ma'am has said that. So here you go. Kindly confirm that you can see it now. Now. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, thank you for telling me that. All right, so like I said that number one, please go check your social media. Number two, limit the information to share publicly. Number three, understand what data apps are collecting. What are they asking for? Adjust the permissions like I just told you. There's always a pop-up and you can always adjust that. Review your settings periodically, and ensure that whatever you don't want to share or not comfortable sharing, don't share. Consider using privacy settings that restrict who can see your post and personal information. Not everything is for everybody, right? For example, I have a very personal page on Instagram, and sorry, handle on Instagram, and a very different one on for my company. So what you see on Deep Pedagogics is going to be completely professional, and what I have on my personal account is completely personal, and not many people have access to that. Though I have made it visible to most because I need to. Please, please, please respect browser security warnings. Don't ignore them. Take the browser warnings very seriously. Avoid visiting suspicious websites. Don't click on unknown links. Educate your students about safe browsing practices. Now, I've shared many with you, and if your browser warns you about a site, take it seriously but avoid giving any sensitive information. Always look for HTTPS, okay, in the website's URL, a simple and effective way to ensure that your data is encrypted during this transmission. Okay, so please be very careful about that. Alongside that, update your Windows devices. If you haven't done that, regular updates are extremely important because you do receive security patches from time to time, and these enable automatic updates, to stay protected against any vulnerabilities that you might have. Outdated softwares can expose you to security risks. So why not do this? It's such a simple thing to do. Take a look at this screenshot. It's right in your system. Go to your Windows system, go to settings, and click on Windows Update, and it'll tell you what's updated or not, and check for updates. Click on the check for updates, and it's extremely important. And in the same breath, keep your apps also updated. Very important. Regularly update your Windows apps and keep all apps, including browsers and antivirus software, updated. Update these applications by visiting the App Store. Not only that, but within your system also, you have app settings. Now, over there, you will have app updates. Now, manage account and devices should be turned on, and over here you will see that you need to turn this on. All right, so please go turn this on, and this is one of the simplest ways in which you can make your keep your apps and system updated. I think since the time we bought a device, everybody keeps saying please take a backup. Raise your hand if you've ever taken a backup. Raise your hand or say yes in the chat window if you've ever taken a backup in the last 15 days. Okay, last 1 month. Last 1 month, if you have taken a backup, please raise your hand. Imagine, I have about 3 or 4 hands raised and about 3 to 4 thumbs ups over here. Yeah, it is so important, and we normally ignore it. Let's make it simple. Hear this out first.
Being an IT expert, you know that in our digital age, data is like gold. It's valuable and you need to protect it. 30% of organizations have experienced data loss over the last year. Even a redundant storage won't protect you from data loss caused by ransomware or human error. You will try to take advantage of your legacy backup solution, but it's hard to scale in the cloud, and in most cases, it gets expensive and complicated to manage at scale. What you need is a cost-effective, simple, and secure backup solution that can meet your and your customers' expectations. Microsoft Azure Backup is that solution. How? By eliminating unnecessary costs. Azure Backup is Azure's built-in backup service, which doesn't require any infrastructure, so you can eliminate infrastructure cost as well as management overhead. Azure Backup is simple to use and intuitive. You can easily back up and restore an entire VM, files, and folders, or even a SQL database with a single click in Azure. We understand the importance of security when it comes to data. Azure Backup protects your data from ransomware. You can even enable multi-factor authentication as a security PIN, and only authorized users will be able to perform critical backup operations. If suspicious activity is spotted, you get a prompt notification. Even if you choose to delete your backups, Azure Backup will retain data for up to 2 weeks, so you can always recover from accidental deletion. Eliminate unnecessary costs, enjoy ease of use, and get peace of mind knowing your data is protected with Azure Backup.
Nice, huh? Good to hear. You know what? Most of us don't get time. And we normally, what I hear from people is that, taking frequent backups is just not possible. It's too time consuming. What if I were to tell you that automatically you can sync all your desktop documents and pictures, folders on your Windows PC to your OneDrive? Yes, your files and folders stay protected and stay available to you on the device. How can you do that? Number one, please use cloud services and external drives. Both. I cannot say that do this and don't do that. Please have both. Have your external drive backups, and also, schedule those backups for yourself. So put your probably a calendar, alarm to say, reminder to say backup now, backup every 2 months, backup every 3 months, backup every 6 months, as you like it. Okay, and use cloud services as well. So regular backups using both cloud and external. In case of data loss or ransomware, they've already told you these are lifesavers, and it has happened with me, so I can tell you with confidence, I was in Spain and we just gotten off the train. You won't believe it. We were just standing there figuring out, and I'm on a train station, not so crowded, and we are standing there. We're looking at the charts to figure out how to take the next train, and we don't know when my laptop bag got whisked away, and it was scary. Imagine you're standing somewhere in another country. Thankfully my passports and other things were not in that bag. The only thing that was there in that bag was my laptop and the charger. I went crazy running on the tracks to see if I can find any piece of it. No, I couldn't. But you know what, the shock lasted only for some time. I don't want to define the time, but then only for some time. Why? Because I wasn't bothered about the data at all, because I only work in cloud. So everything that I work on is in cloud. And when I have to work on desktop, I use my use this device, this app on desktop. Therefore, there was no data loss that happened. So that's something, that's a personal experience that I'm sharing with you. Please, 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 backing your data should be a habit. Form that habit if you don't have that habit, and you can have any OneDrive or Google Drive to for your convenience. I would go for OneDrive for a simple reason that all of you have M365 available, and if you don't, please have an Outlook account created. It's super simple. So what M365 does is it works on the shared responsibility model, wherein you are considered as a controller of the data, and the processor is something that the Microsoft is. Okay, you are controlling what data is going where, but who's holding this data for you is Microsoft. So OneDrive backup is a cloud service which Microsoft offers to you, which will store, sync, and share files over the internet. And I think you're pretty familiar with it. But what will be very helpful is, please go do these steps. It's super simple. Go to the help in settings and go to the settings and click on backup and manage backup. And you will be able to get all the steps, and very quickly you will be able to take these backups, which will be automated backups. Then you can control how you often do you want it, how much of data, what all do you want sent out. All of that is something that you can control. But this is something that I can tell you that you can do very easily in your system. Please do today. It's extremely important. I've given in the chat window these steps as well. Yeah. So what this will do is this will help you take the backup. So that will be the next screen that you get. Click all and say start backup. That's it. That's it that you need to do. Come on. That's something that all of us can do, right? Okay, coming to my most favorite part, and that is setting a safe password and using a password manager. All of us know about it. What am I going to tell you? Um, I'm going to show you something. So my dad told me his password is Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Pluto, Hugh, Louis, Dewey, and Dublin. Why? Because the site said his password must contain 8 characters and at least one capital. So there you go. He actually included 8 Disney characters and one city that was a capital. That is smart, actually. That's very smart password. I love it. Only that I would add a few characters and numbers to it to make it more complete. Probably my first visit to Disneyland, or my expected visit, or my bucket list, or something like that. And I'm very, very fond of using all the punctuation marks in as a part of your password. So that's a good clue. I loved it. Loved the joke also. But jokes apart, here are two websites giving you this data. That how much time does it take for a hacker to crack your password? Please see, both of them say that if it is 22 characters that you're putting in, it'll take about 490 or 400 plus 90 years plus to actually crack. And the minute if you use only numbers, if you add lowercase to it, it increases to 660 trillion years. Uppercase and lowercase, number upper lower, number upper lower symbol, 2 septillion years. That's the first time I would have even heard that word. I mean, I'm a math teacher, but then that word definitely rung a bell, and I would definitely look at it from a different lens altogether. So You know your way to making it absolutely safe. Okay, this is something that I wanted to show you. This is what I was talking about when I said, oh, sorry. Yeah, so first let me talk about this. Please create a complex password, include all of these, and use a password manager. Password managers are available in your Microsoft stores. You use a Windows device, you have a Windows store in your devices. Whatever device you're using, even your mobile phone, please go over there and look for password managers. Look for the ones, don't just look for a free one. Look at password managers like LastPass or Bitwarden. So these can securely, store your and generate strong password, making it easier for you to maintain security and multiple accounts as well. So create strong, unique passwords for each of your account. Use a mix of all these things. What I've told you. Consider using a password manager and securely store and password all your and manage your passwords. And please avoid using your guessable information like your birthdays, your anniversaries. All the social media has it, right? People do wish you. That's where they get. And don't tell people now not to wish you on social media because that's not a good practice. That's not what we are looking for at the end of the day. Yeah. So multi-factor authentication is another thing that I would definitely, vouch for. MFA goes beyond these traditional username and password combinations, and it requires users, information that is very authentic to you. And the sign-in process is a two-step, but I think it's worth it rather than relying on a string of characters that are hard to remember and easy to hack. I think MFA is one system that has worked very well. It's made out of three things: something like the PIN number or a password, something like you have, which means that any of the authentic applications or a confirmation text on your phone, and something that you are, for example, a fingerprint or a face scan. So by using these MFAs, you're significantly strengthening the security of your online data, making it more difficult for unauthorized individuals to actually gain access to your uh, you know lovely data that you have. And there's a complete MFA kit also that is available from Seesaw. So I'm just going to, I've just shared that. Please take a look at this kit. It's important. It's always nice. And yes, please on your mobile phones, just go to your settings, the security, prevent cross-site tracking is something that you need to look at, and microphone is something that you need to look at. And every app is going to use your microphone. Please don't use that. Try and protect yourself by taking these simple precautions. Allow apps to track you. No, don't track. Don't send me information. Don't give me personalized ads. Please turn these off. All right. Okay. Keep your account information safe. You know that. Avoid sharing login credentials. You know that. I'm not going to say that. But please educate yourself about phishing tactics. We have given you the link to our last session in the chat window. That will help you greatly if you can view that, revisit that, because that is extremely important. And like I was talking about secure networks, don't just go to every public place and play and plug and play. That's not a safe practice. Change your Wi-Fi, passwords also, the ones that you have at home or in school. Change your passwords very regularly. These students, they can also hack it very quickly. And use WPA3 encryptions for better security. What are these? These are the Wi-Fi protected access 3. Okay, it is the latest encryption protocol for securing Wi-Fi networks. Why is it used? It is used to improve security of the over the predecessors. So please go and ask this. It actually sounds very intelligent if you can go and ask your IT managers or IT admins to check if they have put this in place or not. And if they haven't, it's a good thing to for them to see, for you to go and talk to them about WPA3. So I'm giving you this also in the chat window. Whatever I'm talking about, this is the latest encryption protocol. Okay, so let's see if you can go back to your schools and ask this to your admins. Here you go. You know what? Sometimes asking these kind of questions uh, is not just a good reminder for them, but they also realize, the IT teams also realize that you as a user are a mindful user, and they start respecting you from that perspective to say, hey, this one knows a lot, or this one is mindful about what they do. And Wi-Fi security prevents unauthorized users from accessing your Wi-Fi. Number one, number two, stealing your data. It creates a barrier by encrypting your private data, like your network and requests or files that you send. As these are broadcasts over airwaves, and you know that, right? Simply put, it acts as a barrier to protect your wireless network from threats, and that can cause harm to you. So please do ask about this. And here's your public networks. I always talk a lot about this because 1 in 5 people make online purchases over insecure Wi-Fi networks. Because how does it matter? Well, it does matter a lot actually, right? So please be careful about that. I think one thing that I wanted to show you before I go on to my next piece. I really wanted to show you that if you don't have M365, even if you have M365, one is that you do this for your school work or your professional work. Number two, even in your personal space, you need to keep yourself and others safe and secure. Now, to do that, please go ahead and create an account for yourself. OneDrive is very safe, and it gives you 5 GB free cloud space, and you can easily create an account. There is no cost involved in that, and you can have all your uh, thousands of pictures, videos, and files stored over there. So don't just make a family account. Have Let everyone have their own accounts, and I can take you on the net to actually show you simple steps to do this. And also I wanted to show you, yeah, I wanted to give you a link to this piece, and it also walks you through the simple steps that you need to take to manage your backup, right? So all you need to do is sign in or log in, and there's a beautiful piece hidden over here, and that is something that I'm in love with. And that is that all of us have our very sensitive data of our driver's license, our passport, our Aadhaar cards, our any of those pieces that are absolutely, you don't know where to place or share or not, and where do you think you can have them very handy also, because these are some things that we need every day, right? So how do you do that? In your system itself, sorry, in your OneDrive itself, you will have a vault. Wait a minute, I had opened it. Yeah, over here, if you can see, you will get a personal vault over here. Yeah, this is OneDrive, as you can see, and it's a personal account. Okay, and over here you have a vault. Now personal vaults can be created. Look, it'll say I want to verify your this thing. So if you have a code, or it'll send you a code even to open this. So these are very safe. Just like I was talking about password managers, this is something that is very safe. You can actually store all those documents over here in this personal vault. Yeah, it's a wonderful way to store your sensitive pieces digitally. And it's great because when if I mean, God forbidden, but if you lose it, you always have it, right? So yeah, it's great to see that we have protected environments like these, and this is all you know 5 GB, and of course you can get buy more as well if you want. But I would say something very simple is that if you want to know how this works, this is a great activity. I'll share this in your chat window as well, but I'll just show you here. It's very simple. You simply go to onedrive.com and enter your email account, that is your Microsoft account. If you don't have one, you can always create one. Click on continue, and saving files is something that you can start immediately. I think all of you must be familiar, however I'm just running you through it. You can put in anything. What I absolutely love is even emails and all. I'll show you here. If you click on this add, right? If you click on this add button, what I'm absolutely in love with this, you can not only upload folders all in one go, or files, of course, create folders over here, but over here you have various formats available, even a text document, form, survey, anything that you want to store. All of that is available. And if you're a M365 user like us, then what I'm absolutely in love with this is this option, that is to even save a link. For example, I've just taken a link, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this link and I'm going to place this here, and then I'm going to rename this. Let's say one drive activity. Okay, so as I create this, this will stay as a URL over here, and you will see that that URL will appear here. So next time I want, I simply have to click here and that URL can be saved like this. Nice, right? I hope you, found today's session beneficial. And I'm now going to take you back into my deck. 1 minute. And if you have any questions, please, this is the time when you can ask. And I'm going to give you time to answer. First, I'm going to give you your link. Great, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, please, your responses just keep us going. So it's very important that together we must be able to make internet better. And guess what? It's in your hands. Really, only thing anybody can do is tell you about it. But honestly, this is in your hands. And one of the most important pieces here, we have a complete family safety kit available from Microsoft. I'm giving you that as well. Go and give this as a gift to your family today. They will bless you for it, so that you've shared a very valuable piece with them to and taken an important step to keep them safe as well. So with that, last three steps of the session. First of all, those of you who were not here, let me just share with you that today we have introduced a new thing to encourage you. Okay, to encourage you to be safe and secure and keep people around you safe and secure, we have introduced something called a cybersecurity shield by Pedagogics. This is a Pedagogics cybersecurity shield that you can earn today. This will be as a part of a certificate. It will come to you once you have taken the quiz, earned the complete, 100% you have answered all the questions correctly, then shared that on social media, that what is one highlight or key takeaway or practice that you have taken from our sessions, then you will earn this shield and certificate. Here is the complete okay, you can actually scan this. Okay, or I will also drop a link to this survey in the chat window. You can take this quiz right now. It's super simple. It's just about 8 questions that you need to answer correctly, 100%. And yes, you have multiple choice. These are only MCQs, and of course, you have the choice of taking it later as well. But upon successful completion of this quiz, only will you get your, certificate of being cyber shield. Okay, so earn your cyber shield, the cyber security shield, by answering these questions correctly. I am giving you the link. Just a second. Tuita ma'am, can you confirm if this link is working, please? I
Sure.
think you did take the test, right? So this should work. So please take a look. If it is not working, let me know, but I think it is working.
It is working.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, since you're taking the test, we're going to stay quiet and you go ahead and take the test. I'm also sharing the feedback link. Post this, we will urge you to kindly give us a feedback as well. Harpreet ma'am, what you could do is you could scan this QR code because the link is working and we have a confirmation on that. I'm waiting for you to respond and I'm checking, giving you time right away. And yes, all the questions are compulsory. Okay, if there's any challenge, do let us know. And if you have any questions, please do ask. We'll be happy to answer. Great. I have 3 responses that I have already received, which is fantastic. I will let some of you also answer, and I'll also share the upcoming session that is on 3rd of September. We will be hosting a session on using AI to design innovative. That's a very overused word. However, very innovating um, teaching methods. So, we are giving you a sneak peek into what's coming up in the next session because we have something totally amazing planned for you all, which is coming in December, which is our annual Nurturing Education Summit. So, before we introduce that, we want you to get familiar with AI and get comfortable with AI so that when we host our training sessions at that time, you are good to go ahead and attend it very confidently with us. Okay, so we are here to help you, guide you, be with you, and also help you know what's the latest. What do you think we should be doing? So here we are, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen once again. Please excuse me for that. I think it just got dropped. How to get the shield? You will be mailed. You will get it via mail once you have responded to the. We're getting your responses, and once you get 100% score, only then will you get. For example, right now what I can see is there are about 12 responses, but average score is 7.5. Okay, you need to have 100% correct answers. If your answers are not correct 100%, then you will not be able to get the certificate. Okay, and just in case any of you are watching the recording of this session, I must also say this: you too can take this test, and as soon as we get a response from you, your certificate will be mailed. One more thing, here are 2 courses that you can undertake on Microsoft Learn to earn your certificates. One is called Build Security. The other one is Boost Cybersecurity. So these are 2 courses for you to take on Microsoft Learn for you to earn your certificates. And the next session will be on 3rd of September, where we will be talking about using AI to design innovating teaching methods. 3rd of September, next Tuesday, and we will see you there. And please, 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 stay curious, bring along more people, and it's absolutely amazing to meet you each time when we meet here on Tuesday. It gives us energy when you come in, and if you bring in more people, I think the energy of the room will increase multifold. So help us reach out to as many educators as possible. These sessions are informative. Therefore, please know that there are no certificates at the end of the session, but we're just trying to gamify this. For example, today we have just shared over here with you. Okay, I have a question here. Sweetie ma'am is saying in the last question we have to share the link of the media shared. Yes, please do share the link of the post that you have shared on social media so that we can validate it. Okay, wherever you're posting, just share a link to your post. Okay, and Dvita ma'am has been kind to give us the link to our Instagram handle as well. So please use that and follow us so that we can keep sharing these things with you. And I'm going to give the link of uh, the other media as well, because if you're not using Instagram, let's say, you could be using other social media as well, and that's perfectly all right. Simply just share the link to your post in the last question. If that is missing, we will not be able to give you. And in case you've already filled the form and not given the link, please share the link in the chat window. This chat window is available to you, and you can share it over here. So I'm pausing here for your responses or any other questions that you might have. It's important that you ask so that we know that you have been able to gain. So here are our handles for social media, and please go ahead and share with us anything. And you know what, on that note, I also want to tell you that while I was making this form, I have used certain sensitive information, in the sense I had put a URL, and also I've used those password and those mixed passwords. It actually sent a high security alert to my admin, saying that such information is being used, shared. So my admin had to call me up to say, what are you up to? Why is it saying that sensitive information is being shared? So I had to tell them what I'm doing with you, that is giving you this, and therefore this kind of a information must have come. So it's here is another proof of M365 being absolutely safe and secure, and for you to carry on learning with this. Yeah, thank you everybody so very much. Thank you, Sapna ma'am. Lovely to see you here today. So thank you everyone so very much for coming in here. We will see you next Tuesday, and that is 3rd of September. And let's talk about using AI to design innovating teaching methods. Teaching methods are evolving and changing every day. Therefore, I think it's imperative that we need to talk about it. Stay good, stay curious, stay learning, keep on learning and keep growing. Thank you. Bye bye. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much, Duhita ma'am, for your partnership.